Hello, and also we're doing stock today. We're moving away from pictures. We're looking at some of the lumpy items, the furniture items, furnishings items. Two plinths, stands, bases, supports, columns, platforms, étagère. There's lots of words. They're plinths, and they come in two parts. And these are extremely Maltese. Now I'll go through the reasons why. Before we do that, I'm just going to show you what we've got. Two tapering supports, square-sided. Two platforms for the supports. Blockwork. This is pine, very ordinary, very ordinary. These are going to be early 20th century or late Victorian. They're not rococo, there's no roundness. It's not like this base, for example. They are cut from planks of wood. They have mouldings in. The mouldings are mitered. It's assembly. It's been constructed in very easy shapes to finish and to work on. Doesn't mean to say they're rubbish. They're not rubbish. They're very, very, very lovely things. But they're a simple form of construction. And you get a maximum punch for not having spent a maximum amount of money. So these two platforms or plinths, use the photographs because they look better when they're set up properly. But you can imagine them in a hallway with a couple of Parian busts or marble busts. You can imagine them with two beautiful pottery vases with flowers, a couple of bronzes, a couple of Chinese pots, whatever takes your family, and also heavy glass domes with flowers and similar things, a couple of clocks. There's lots of things you can use them for. And in the reception room, they will complement the scheme. They will go in the corners, they'll go in the window bay. They're useful things, either side of the door if there's not much room. So I'm now going to describe how they've made them. Square wood, square planks of wood, not round wood. There's no carving. Mouldings are mitered and applied. So on top of the carcass, the whole thing has been slathered with gesso. Gesso is rabbit glue and clay, plaster basically. And it's been applied carefully and evenly. And then the gesso has been rubbed down with a stone or sandpaper. Traditionally in Malta, they would use dried shark skin by chance. That's what they used to use. Nowadays they use sandpaper. And if you were to do this now, you would start with a coarse sandpaper and you would work up towards a 400 or 500 grit to make it very, very fine. And when it comes to gold leaf, the finer the gesso means the smoother the bole is, the glue. That means the smoother the gold is. You can't you can't gild something that's not flat. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. The imperfections magnify with the gold leaf, so you have to be very careful. So what they've done here is they've put the gesso on. This is gesso. That's just gesso. This is gesso showing underneath the gold leaf where the gold leaf rubbed through. It's chalky. So when they put the gesso on, they then put the red bole on, which is red clay mixed with glue. They put that on, it dries, it hardens, and then when they come to put the gold on, there's enough glue in the paint for it to stick. So the bottom sections are different heights, you'll notice. What's happened is someone's had a hallway, for example, with a gradient, and they wanted the tops to be the same height. So they said to the carpenter, please make the plinths different heights so that means that the top section is level. You do find that a lot. You'll find it in England with things. You'll find grandfather clocks where the feet are different heights because the floor was sloping. You will find it. It's annoying, but it's not a problem. And then you have the plinths, then you have the stands. They've done a very interesting form of decoration. They've got panels of green, panels of terracotta porphyry. That's the colour of bole. Green, porphyry, garlands of painted decoration, ribbons, flowers, beautiful. And you have the tops. Very simple, very strong, quite easy to do. This is sgraffito. They have etched grooves into the gesso to create borders, to create definition. They've had gilding. This is water gilded, gold leaf, real gold leaf. You have sgraffito, You have the coloured panels. Very interestingly, they've left this in gesso. That's really unusual. Really, really unusual. That's a modern technique. I don't recall having seen early Maltese furniture makers use white gesso raw. This is why this is later. Works very well. On the face of it, that looks extremely elaborately made, but that is the form of the planks. The moulding is applied not on the edge, slightly off the edge, so it works very well. You can change the appearance by turning the columns. This red is used all over the place in Malta. It is the bole colour, it is the porphyry colour, it is the terracotta colour. You see it everywhere. This is the Maltese green, you see it on painted furniture, you see it on the clocks they have, you see it in churches. They're really good Maltese colours. So they're on the website for sale. They're for collection in Malta. I suspect they will end up living in Malta because they're very much a Maltese thing. They will suit a Maltese dwelling very well. They are not very, very early, so they're not a huge amount of money, but for impact, they are spectacular. There's a pair. There's lots in Malta. There's lots of these marble columns, round ones. They're not really marble, they're alabaster. You can get pottery ones as well. So in a sale room, you'll see these Edwardian turned alabaster plinths. They're turned on a lathe, they're done with a machine. They're lovely. Not very stable though. They look like they're going to fall over, but there is a lot of them. These stable, these are strong, these are distinctive, they have a real water gilded gold leaf. Not many of these around. If you try and find a pair of these, you're going to be driving around Malta for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, and in the end you probably won't find any. You'll have to get them made, or you'll have to get them imported from France or from Italy, where you will find similar ones, but they won't have this Maltese form of decoration. Thanks very much.